Welcome to the ADNA Presents. This is Roy Samuelson. Today we're very happy to have Alyscia. She is an independent filmmaker and so excited to have this conversation about audio description. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you having me on your show.
I can't wait to have this conversation, Alyscia. This has
Yes,
been,
I'm looking forward to it.
yeah. So let's start off what you love about audio description.
Yes, so I actually, when I first heard audio description, I didn't know what it was. I just thought that it was a cool feature. I was like, oh, it's to help me to see things that I couldn't see. And this was years ago. I believe I was on the plane and heard it. So I actually started using it in my own work. I love the option to, first of all, to be able for people who are visually impaired to be able to have the option to see. But then also for those who can see, it gives you a different perspective. Like you are able to see more. I notice more detail from the audio description than I would not have noticed without it. So I think I love it.
So one of the things that I love about that is the use of audio description outside of blind or low vision audiences, that you found some additional benefits. And I found myself when I listened to audio description that really gets me into the story, I'm picking up on things like you had said that maybe we didn't recognize. And I have a tough time with names. So hearing the character names again and again helps me as well. It's great to hear that use case
Right.
outside of its intended use of for blind and low vision audiences.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes if I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, I would put on the audio description on a film just so I can't look at it. So at least I can hear it.
Well, as a filmmaker yourself, where we met was, I think you had put an outreach into our audio description discussion group, or maybe there was an email. I'm not sure the correspondence, but you were working through finding a solution to get audio description for your film it was AFI, if I remember correctly, yes?
Yes. Yes, that's right.
What I love is that you figured it out, but it was not necessarily the easiest step-by-step quiz.
It was hard.
This is just going back to, I think, what an independent filmmaker does. There's this assumption of, oh, they write a script or they get a script and then they shoot it and then they produce it and then they send it off and then like
Right.
wipe their hands of it. But obviously this added a few extra challenges here.
It did. It did. And yeah, actually, I was begging and pleading on American Council for the Blind. So I did so many outreach, begging and pleading for somebody to please help me figure this out. And somebody mentioned your name. So that's how I reached out to you. But it was really challenging because I kept on bumping into the same scenario. I wanted to do closed AD and because I was doing DCPs myself. So was not able to figure it out. But actually it was your direction that helped me because you told me just to have that audio, to save that audio description as one file and then save the actual film. So I was able to do that and upload it and was able to do the DCP that way. I looked at a blog, I think, that they had on the DCP Omatic, and they showed how to do the AD version of it. So I appreciate your help with that.
Oh, and one of the things that's so interesting about it is that the place that you were submitting it to was aware of audio description, but they couldn't give what they needed. Is that right?
They said that they usually just get the DCP file, but they don't know
Gotcha.
exactly how it works. That was a challenge.
Yeah, and they have it. So it's like for you to figure this out. And I remember the first time I ever heard of DCP-O-Matic was from you. And I don't want to get into the technical weeds here, but it was so interesting that it's like you had all these parts in place. You had actually done the audio description. It was complete. It
Right.
was like all I want to do is hand it off.
Eh,
That took how
Right.
many exchanges just with us? And I can't imagine what was going on between.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
was losing my mind. That's what I was doing.
Obviously, the challenge was put back on you and the responsibility to ship the
Right, right.
When you look back, is there anything that you would do differently as an independent filmmaker, or is it just now I know what I'm doing? I've got my flight checklist. I do this. Is it pretty clear now, or do you think that there might be some other curveballs that could come up for future submissions?
So this, I'm pretty clear now that I know how to do this open because the issue was the closed AD. The open AD, of course, you hear it. So that was easier. I can just have that on there. But
Mhm.
I even reached out to Warner Brothers Studios. I reached out to Disney and they couldn't, they
Oh,
were like, oh, I'm not really sure what that process is. That was the post-production side. But
mm,
now that I know this, it's just implementing that with everything else that I do. But the challenge I do see is if there's a theater or even if I have my own screening, because I'm having a fundraiser coming up and I don't have the option for that closed AD. So I think now is figuring out what would that look like?
yeah.
What are the devices that's needed to have that as an option?
Without knowing the actual device, what would that look like for you? If you knew that you wanted close AD, which would be audio description that is in the film, but it's a separate device that someone would
Right.
listen to on a headset. What would that look like? Imagine however many people that you're expecting to attend and however many blind people you're expecting to attend. Like, what would be the takeaway for you as a filmmaker that everyone would be satisfied to have watched your film?
See, that for me, that's inclusivity. That's like the biggest form of it because then I have everybody in the room where we can all enjoy it together. And because the film was horror, what happens with the AD is that it gives away the scare part of it for those who are able to see. And so then I wanted to be like, how can I have the best of both worlds? So it would be definitely inclusive. And I think that would be amazing
And
to
that's
have
something
that
that
as an
you
option.
Yeah, and that's something
Yeah.
that you've had since as far as I remember seeing on your website, that inclusivity is more than just disability. This goes across
Right.
all audiences, and that
Right.
it's wonderful to see how disability has been included in the inclusion that you have, if I could be
Right.
so redundant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very true. Actually, I grew up, my mother is disabled. She has a stroke. She suffered when she was 25 and which left her with paralysis on her left side. So it was not something that we always had to consider her access for her. So when I did find out about audio description through someone who was very near and dear to me who was blind, I was like, there's no way. I have to be able to include this somehow. I just feel like there's so many things to tackle in between getting there. And it shouldn't have to be that hard.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
those tackles, those so many things to tackle. It seems like that I think about access as well. Just
Right.
as a blind person going to see a movie, it should be easy to turn on the audio description. And here
Right.
you're invested in making audio description, and there were some barriers that came up. And what would you suggest for other filmmakers? And maybe a bigger question would be, have you advised any other independent filmmakers since this experience you had? And
Yes.
yeah.
I have. I've actually shared the process. I have not. I'm supposed to actually record a video so I can share with other people to be able to do it. But I have shared the process so far. I've shared DCP-O-Matic because at least that's what the platform that I've used. That was it was really easy to use as well. And then I think also from being in the room at AFI when I had the community premiere and seeing that there was an option that you can have this as an option, you can make it accessible, and then you still have people who don't have to. You don't have to give away the film for those who are able to see. And so I think it was very encouraging. I actually got a lot of comments how people were inspired by that. Filmmakers, it was beautiful to see a room with some people with their canes walking, and there were a few people that were also deaf. So I thought it was beautiful to be in the room where it was inclusive for everybody to be able to enjoy. And I know that other filmmakers are inspired by it as
What
well.
a That's so great
Yeah.
to hear about the comments from
Yeah.
others too, that even people that aren't disabled were enjoying the film and recognizing the inclusivity that you brought for disabled people. This is so wonderful.
Right.
Got a
Yeah.
big smile shoved
Yeah.
up. Sorry. This is what we're talking about.
So, right. Yeah. It was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in filmmaking with or without audio description?
Oh, I'm looking forward to working on my first feature film.
Oh,
So
nice.
this is where I am right now. A lot of my energy has been going to working on this. It'll be my first. So that's actually what I filmed at AFI. One of the films was a proof of concept. So I'm now doing the fundraising to be able to do the feature. And so I'm excited about it. It's a little, at the same time, it's a little intense because I know that it's a lot of planning, but I'm excited at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. Is there anything else you'd like to
Yeah.
share with our audience?
I just think that people can connect with me through my website, Alyscia.com. It's ALYSCIA.com. And if anyone wants to be a producer, you can always reach out to me and connect. You want to support or just to touch base, stay in touch with sign up for my newsletter, and I will be able to follow up. And then also you can get that video. Once I do share the video, I will share that to my newsletter as well to help people to figure out how to do AD.
Oh, wonderful. What a
Yeah.
resource. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
All right, and we'll catch you next time. I'm looking forward to hearing about the next steps on your feature film. Oh, anything else that you want to give, if it's all right? Could I ask a
Oh,
little teaser about your proof of concept that you could give?
oh yes.
Get us a little excited about it.
Yeah, so the proof of concept is Dwayne. So Dwayne 2 was filmed that was screened at AFI Theater, and it is based on so it's a folklore horror. It's based on the folklore from Trinidad and Tobago, which is where my family is from. So I'm a first generation American, and the Dwayne was one of those folklore tales that's like it scared me really good. I would say that
Sure.
as a kid because they're meant to be. Excuse me. They are childlike spirits who tend to taunt children, and they raid gardens, so they're mischievous spirits. And I'm just looking forward to being able to bring this Caribbean folklore to life because there aren't any Caribbean folklore tales. So I think this is a great opportunity as well.
Yet another Uncharted.
Yeah, that's right here.
It's
Yep,
so
and making
great.
sure that this is completely accessible at the same time. I'm making sure I'm pushing for that as well.
Thanks so much, Alicia.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time and even helping me to make sure that I got this AD squared away.